Hi, I'm Yvette Blackman Starr for the SyFy Sistas, and I'm at Alice Tully Hall in New York City. We're here to cover You Can Call Me Bill, the documentary from Legion M about our captain, William Shatner. We'll talk soon.
Hi.
SyFy Sistas.
Sisters in the house. That's a real thing?
Yeah, well, so
When did that happen?
It's happened since 2019.
How come nobody told me?
Because we're asking you now. So, Dr. Tyson, it is wonderful.
You call me Neil, please.
I don't know if my mother would be happy about that.
Okay, Dr. Neil, how's that?
Oh, yeah, she might be okay with Dr.
Okay,
Neil. It's so good to meet you. And our listeners love you, as we do. And we would hope that you would come on the show one day and talk about, nerding out while black.
I haven't, but
We
call, write,
We will rectify that, sir. We will rectify
Don't act
that.
like I have refused to come on.
Right.
Okay.
So, can you give a quick word to all the blurs out there who might think they're alone?
Oh, okay. So, the blurs are a thing.
Yes, they are.
That's a thing. So here's the anatomy of a blur.
Okay.
In my day, all nerds were beaten up by bullies. And even if you wanted to be a blurred, you couldn't because they make you do sports. So what I found is that there are athletes, black athletes, who do have a soft geek underbelly.
Looking at two right here.
So it was still possible to move through the system, but you were not celebrated for your intellect. You were still nonetheless celebrated throughout. That force operated on me as well. I was captain of my school's wrestling team, but I was also in the physics club. But nobody was interested in the physics club. They said, "Oh, you're an athlete, you're this." So at times I felt I was taking the path of most resistance through the system. So the message is today, basically bullies have been outlawed, we know, from schools.
Exactly.
So there are no bullies. And over the 70s and 80s, probably with the movie Revenge of the Nerds, around that time, people realized, oh my gosh, it's the nerd that's going to help people on their computer. As everybody was getting a computer, you can't be pummeling the nerd when they're going to help you get through your computer. So the stock value of nerds rose. Yeah. Nerds and geeks, just the whole community, to the point where the word geek became not a pejorative term, but a compliment. Why else would is it Best Buy has the Geek Squad? They're coming to rescue you. So and Bill Gates and others of that ilk became sort of patron saints of people who were smart and made money for being smart, rather than being smart and then exploited by others who have family money of a 50-year-old corporation. So with the economic opportunities in this country, you could have a clever idea, be smart, rise up, and get wealthy. So some of the wealthiest people in the world today are geeks. Period.
Right, exactly. I love it. So what?
In fact, speaking of, top of the ladder there is Robert Smith. You know Robert Smith?
Yeah.
Okay. My boy's worth billions and billions and billions of stuff. You go into his background, there's engineering there, there's math, there's,
They're not telling us to go. Are you interested in going to space like Bill did?
I'm an astrophysicist.
Right.
If you take Earth and shrink it down to a schoolroom globe and ask how high above that schoolroom globe did he go? It's the thickness of one dime. I can't get excited about that personally. Send me somewhere. The moon, Mars, beyond. Not to boldly go where hundreds have gone before.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Tyson. Dr. Neil.
Dr. Neil, you got it.
How you doing, Alexandre? Great. I'm Yvette from the SyFy Sistas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're just so excited to talk to you. You've done some great stuff. First, I would like to ask you, as a self-professed pop culture geek. Why was it important for you to be part of the Captain Kirk Shatner documentary?
Well, to me, really, this is more a film about William Shatner than about Captain Kirk. You know, I just really want to make that clear. I think what I've come to learn about him is he's a really wonderful man. I mean, he has his heart is so much in the right place about our planet, about the environment, about, you know, this is the only planet that we have. We have to take care of it, you know, like we have to take care of ourselves. We have to live lives that are worthwhile, you know. And so the messages that he has, I think, they're so simple but so resonant. And in this sort of constant era of polarization, of vitriol, I would like to see and hear more things like that. You know what I mean? So I think on a human level, for me, it was really an opportunity to make a portrait of someone who I think we need to listen to at this point in time. And the reason why we're listening to him is because of the fact that he is such an icon. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
yeah. So my next question is, so my listeners haven't seen You Can Call Me Bill.
Yes.
Why should they go see it?
Well, I think, first of all, like I said, for the messages that I think the film has. But if you've been intrigued about William Shatner because you've watched him, whether as Captain Kirk or the Priceline Negotiator or Danny Crane or
TJ Hooker.
You look at his IMDb it's astonishing. It's intimidating, quite frankly. You know how much that he's done. So to me, it's like this film really is like it's as close as you'll get to spending 90 minutes with him, like at a bar, just cracking open a beer and just talking about life and the universe and what we're doing here, and you know, the mysteries of life and the beauty of life and why we should enjoy time here and be good to each other.
Right.
And so to me, it's kind of like you're spending 90 minutes with our collective grandfather, if you will. You know, so I think if you care about the man, what he's given us in terms of pop culture, I really think people need to come see this film because they will care for him as a human being and will like him even more.
I love that. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. First of all, I'd like to say happy early birthday to you. And it's an honor to actually meet you. I mean, we are the SyFy Sistas, but we do a lot of Trek, of course. So you are the king, and that's all to it. So from there, what I want to ask you is, you're a master of reinventing yourself.
Master of the what?
A master of reinventing yourself.
Okay.
As you did back when you were doing, Kirk, TJ Hooker, which I absolutely love. What is next for Bill Shatner?
I'm going to die. We have to have a celebration, bonfire. Send me out in a ship, light it up. What is next is this interview, moment to moment. The question after you're 25 is, am I dying? Catch a cold, am I dying? As you get older, anything that happens, a hiccup, was that my life just left me. So, because you don't know what it is to die, you don't know what the signal is. You may get a heart attack and die in great pain. You may pass away in your sleep or somewhere in between. So, am I dying is a big question.
I don't want to know that.
I don't want to know. Right.
You don't want to know
exactly.
that.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
I had a cold or something not so long ago, and I was lying in bed, looking with the lack of energy, with weakness, and staring at the ceiling, and I thought, am I dying?
Oh, wow.
Because you don't know. And I got there.
Well, we're very glad you're still here. I have one more question. What do you hope the audience learns from you from this film?
I don't want the audience to learn anything. I want the audience to see this film and laugh and cry with me and have a great time. Not only is it me trying to be truthful with myself and leave a legacy to my kids, and that's the reason for trying to be as honest as possible, as against some bullshit answer that satisfies both of us but isn't true. Here, I try to be exacting with myself, so that my kids will see the father in as real a life as I can make it.
I love that. I love that. That's why you're doing it. I love that. Because family is everything.
Yes.
Family is everything. Thank you so much for talking to us. We definitely appreciate it.